transport ticket and check. It's all right there. Thank you very much.
What are you looking for right there?
I'm doing an imposter check to make sure the picture matches the person who's sitting in front of
It's not uncommon for a CBP officer to find a person with a fraudulent document, so we teach them those skills of how to identify those documents by incorporating the behavioral analysis, as well as the listening skills, as well as the interviewing skills. And we combine all those things in order to give them those tools to be able to determine if somebody is the legitimate holder of that document.
What's the first thing you do when you get a document? Imposter check, right? So I have to make sure that the person... Our trainees go through extensive document analysis training. The trainees are trained in imposter detection, where they get trained on facial features and how to detect an imposter as they compare a person to a document.
It may appear like the person's eye has changed, but the overall shape of that eye hasn't.
Right, we're really trying to build on the unscripted conversations that we need our officers to have and to develop the ability to ask follow-on questions.
My daughter is having our first grandbaby.
Oh, how exciting. How long will you be here?
I'm hoping to be here up to a year.
And to determine why are they looking to come to the U.S. Is it for legal purposes or is it for some criminal activity?
For 6 months.
Correct. So
We try to harness on their ability to continue to ask questions and to be inquisitive. We want them to be able to continue to ask follow-on questions and start to determine the legitimacy of someone's story.
You bring any commercial merchandise? Where are you gonna stay here? Where are you coming from? How far is that away from you? Doing a bachelor's. You have a ticket back?
As a CBP officer, that's really what our main job is.
what's wrong with that picture?
You don't have a ticket back from coming back to my house.
As part of their training here, officers go through extensive training in law because we want them to understand what their authority is while they respect the traveler's rights.
Invasive either. Seizures with a limited scope can be reasonable with lower levels of suspicion, and then seizures with a broad scope absolutely require higher levels of suspicion.
The mock port of entry is a critical piece in our toolbox here at the Academy. Not only do they focus on their interviewing skills, they focus on their behavioral detection, and they focus on their listening skills to understand what somebody is trying to tell them and what somebody is or isn't telling or trying to conceal.
Are you bringing back any fruits, vegetables, plant seeds, or insects with you today, sir? He keeps looking all around, playing with his hands on the steering wheel. I think it's possibly a smuggler.
And that creates that realistic environment that replicates what they're going to see when they get back out to the field.
We protect the American public from terrorist threats. We want to have our officers ready to protect us. That is why it is important that we train the manner we do, focus, because America's front line starts here.